Edinburgh, a city of contrasts where ancient history meets modern life. Cobblestone streets wind their way through towering buildings. Hidden beneath the bustling streets lies a secret. This secret is a network of underground chambers known as the Edinburgh Vaults. These vaults are a reminder of the city's past, a past shrouded in darkness and mystery. They hold stories of a time long gone, stories whispered in the shadows. The story of the vaults begins in the 18th century. Edinburgh, during this time, was a bustling and vibrant city teeming with life and activity. The narrow, winding streets were filled with merchants, craftsmen and residents going about their daily lives. The city was a hub of commerce and culture, but it was also facing a significant problem: overcrowding. Edinburgh was a city bursting at its seams. The old town, with its medieval layout, was struggling to accommodate the growing population. Buildings were constructed taller and taller, with narrow closes and wynds becoming increasingly congested. The need for expansion was evident, and the city planners sought innovative solutions to address this pressing issue. The South Bridge was built to connect the old town with the more modern areas. This ambitious project aimed to alleviate some of the congestion by providing a direct route between the bustling old town and the expanding new town. The construction of the South Bridge was a monumental task involving the labor of many workers and the use of advanced engineering techniques for the time. Beneath the bridge, 17 arches spanned the low ground. These arches were not just structural elements, they were integral to the design and functionality of the bridge. Each arch was meticulously constructed to ensure the stability and durability of the bridge, which was essential for supporting the heavy traffic that would pass over it. These arches provided the framework for the vaults. The spaces created by the arches were enclosed to form vaults, which were initially intended to serve as storage areas. The vaults were dark, damp, and isolated from the bustling streets above, making them ideal for storing goods and materials that needed to be kept out of sight. They were not initially intended for habitation. The vaults were designed to be utilitarian spaces, devoid of the comforts and amenities necessary for living. However, as time went on and the city's population continued to grow, the vaults began to take on a new role. They were meant to be storage spaces for businesses operating on the bridge above. Merchants and tradesmen used the vaults to store their goods, taking advantage of the secure and hidden nature of these underground spaces. Over time, however, the vaults would become much more than just storage areas, evolving into a unique and fascinating part of Edinburgh's history. The vaults quickly transformed into much more than storage. Originally designed to be a place to keep goods safe from the elements, they soon took on a life of their own. The vaults became a hidden world beneath the bustling streets of Edinburgh, a place where the city's history was written in the shadows. As Edinburgh's population swelled, so did the need for housing. The city above was teeming with life, its narrow streets filled with people from all walks of life. The rapid growth led to overcrowding, and the vaults below offered a solution, albeit a grim one. Families, workers, and even criminals found themselves drawn to these subterranean spaces, seeking refuge from the chaos above. The vaults, dark and damp as they were, offered shelter. For many, it was a last resort, a place to escape the harsh realities of life on the surface. The conditions were far from ideal, with little light and poor ventilation, but for those with nowhere else to go, the vaults were a sanctuary. They provided a roof over their heads and a semblance of security in an otherwise unforgiving world. People from all walks of life sought refuge in their depths. The vaults became a melting pot of society where the lines between rich and poor, lawful and lawless, blurred. Merchants set up makeshift shops, artisans crafted their wares, and families tried to create a semblance of normalcy amidst the darkness. It was a place where the city's social fabric was both torn apart and woven together in new ways. The vaults became a city within a city, a labyrinth of interconnected chambers, each with its own story to tell. There were areas dedicated to trade, where goods were bought and sold, and spaces where people gathered to share news and gossip. The vaults had their own rhythm, a pulse that beat in time with the city above, yet remained distinctly separate. A warren of interconnected chambers housed workshops, taverns, and living spaces. These spaces were a testament to human resilience and ingenuity. Taverns provided a place for socializing and escape. Workshops buzzed with activity as craftsmen plied their trades, And living spaces, though cramped and rudimentary, offered a sense of home. Life in the vaults was a constant balancing act between survival and community. Life in the vaults was harsh, a constant struggle against poverty and disease. The lack of proper sanitation and the damp conditions made illness a common companion. Yet, despite the hardships, the people of the vaults forged a unique community. They supported one another, shared what little they had, and found ways to endure. The vaults were a testament to the human spirit's ability to adapt and survive, even in the most challenging of circumstances. Over time, the vaults gained a sinister reputation. They became associated with Edinburgh's darker side, crime, poverty, and illness. Stories spread of illegal activities taking place within the vault's hidden spaces. Whispers of murder and other unsavory deeds added to their notoriety. The vaults, once a refuge for some, became a place to be feared. The Edinburgh Vaults are more than just forgotten spaces. They are places where history lingers. Some believe the spirits of those who lived and died in the vaults still reside there. Visitors and guides have reported strange and unsettling occurrences. Cold spots, unexplained noises, and fleeting glimpses of shadowy figures. These encounters send shivers down the spines of even the most skeptical. One of the most enduring tales is that of the vault's own Greyfriars, Bobby. This story, shrouded in mystery and whispered through the ages, has captured the hearts and imaginations of many who visit the Edinburgh Vaults. Unlike the famous Greyfriars Bobby, the loyal dog who guarded his master's grave for 14 years, this tale revolves around a different kind of loyalty and tragedy. It is a story that speaks to the resilience of the human spirit, even in the face of unimaginable hardship. This isn't the famous dog who guarded his master's grave. Instead, it is the poignant tale of a young boy, a chimney sweep, who found himself in the dark, damp confines of the vaults. In the 19th century, Edinburgh was a city of stark contrasts, with grand architecture and bustling streets hiding a much darker underbelly. The vaults, originally built to house the city's overflow of goods and people, became a refuge for the destitute and desperate. It's the story of a young boy, a chimney sweep, who met a tragic end in the vaults. This boy, whose name has been lost to history, was one of many children forced into labour during a time when child welfare was an afterthought. Chimney sweeps, often orphans or children from impoverished families, faced grueling and dangerous work. The boy in our story was no exception. He toiled day and night, navigating the narrow, soot-filled chimneys of Edinburgh's grand homes. Some say the boy's spirit still roams the vaults, seeking comfort and warmth. The vaults, with their cold stone walls and eerie silence, became his final resting place. Over the years, visitors and paranormal enthusiasts have reported sightings of a ghostly figure, a small boy dressed in ragged clothing, wandering the dark corridors. They say he appears lost, searching for something or someone to provide the comfort he never found in life. Visitors often leave small toys in one particular chamber, hoping to appease the young spirit. This chamber, now known as the Wee Bobby's Room, has become a poignant memorial to the boy. The toys, ranging from teddy bears to toy cars, are left as tokens of compassion and remembrance. Some believe that these offerings bring a sense of peace to the restless spirit, allowing him to find the comfort and warmth he so desperately sought in life. The story of the Greyfriars Bobby of the Vaults serves as a haunting reminder of the city's hidden past and the enduring power of human kindness. The Edinburgh Vaults are a place where reality blurs with legend. Are the stories true, or are they simply figments of our imagination, fueled by the darkness and the history of the vaults? Whatever the truth, the stories add another layer to the mystery. They remind us that the vaults are more than just bricks and mortar. They are vessels of memory, echoes of lives lived and lost. Today, the Edinburgh Vaults are a popular destination for those brave enough to venture beneath the city. Guided tours offer glimpses into the vault's history. Visitors can walk the same corridors. They can see the remnants of a forgotten way of life. The darkness is palpable. The air is thick with the weight of history. The Edinburgh Vaults remain an enigma. They are a testament to human resilience and the enduring power of the past. Above, the city bustles with life. Below, the vaults whisper their secrets. They are a reminder that even in the most familiar places, mystery and history can lie hidden beneath the surface, waiting to be discovered.